Hello, welcome to Lady Abimbola Online on Health and Lifestyle. Today, we'll be making Nigerian breakfast. Okay, this actually is made with maize. Okay, blended maize. This is white maize. They have the red one also. It has red, white, and different colors of maize. But this is the white one. Okay, it's called ogi, pap, or akamu. Akamu in Yoruba language, akamu, ogi also in Yoruba language, and it's pap, white maize powder. This is white maize powder, okay? So this one will be the main ingredient for today's whatever. This is the ogi. Then we have the brown beans. We have the brown beans flour. This is the brown beans flour, blended brown beans flour. The normal beans is blended. We'll be using this also. And we'll be using just a drop. We'll just be using a drop of this palm oil, okay? We'll be using a drop of this. This is palm oil, okay? Then we'll be using salt. I usually encourage people to use the pink oil. This is the Himalayan pink salt. This is directly from the mountain in Afghanistan, and it's actually very, very, very nutritional, and it has some healing element in it also. So instead of the white normal salt, I use this. I use the white normal salt probably when I'm out, with friends, and I'm outside, wet, because this is actually very expensive. Like this, for example, I got it for almost €5, and you have the bulky one also. This is the fine one, and you have the bulky one also. The bulky one, I think it was for less than €3, but this one is €5. Okay, so we'll be needing this also, and also we'll be needing pepper. Okay, now the first thing to do is now we will be mixing the bean flour. Okay, this brown bean flour, I mixed it with different elements. You can add anything that you like. The Himalayan pink salt, a drop of the palm oil, and of course, I had some pepper. You can also add onions, garlic, and even some break some fish or whatever inside. Anything that tickles your fancy, then you mix with hot water. It should be warm, but a little bit hot, not boiling hot, but hot, to mix it. Since you need to, that helps it to cook a little bit, not cook and completely. So now the next thing is this ogi, for example, this maize flour, this corn flour, which actually, this corn flour Nigerian cereal actually contains a lot, about 65% of our daily fibers is in this corn flour cereal. So that's why you see Nigerians very, very healthy. You have the DV fiber, completely almost 65% of the the daily required fibers. Now we'll mix this with ordinary water, not warm water, ordinary water. You mix it. It depends on the quantity, or how the thickness depends on you. If you want it not to be too thick, you add less water. If you want it to be too very thick, you add more hot water. But at the initial stage, to mix it together, you use normal water like this, like you're seeing me do, and let it not be, it to be concentrated. It's okay like this, but the density depends on the boiling water. If you want it to be so liquefied, like I do like it, liquefied, then you add more hot water. But if you want it to be a little bit thick, a little bit concentrated, then you add basically less hot water. Now the water is ready. Normally you should let the water to be about 86% ready, and you pour that mixture in it, and you see almost immediately it's already solidified, this way it's ready. Don't let the water boil, but let it be almost to the boiling point, not at the boiling point, but almost to the boiling point. So basically you can see that it is ready right now. As you go through it, this corn flour cereal, this Nigerian corn flour cereal contains about 65% of our daily value of fiber. So we're safe. Okay, now the next thing we're doing, we will be actually preparing the akara, which is the bean cake, the red bean cake. But since you add some oil on the pan like that, not too exaggerated, I would have loved to do the akara first. But since we're adding also plantain in the mix, in the collection, because this is a complete Nigerian breakfast, very rich in nutrient and fiber. So what I'm going to do, because akara will leave some residue behind after frying it, but plantain do not. So what I intend to do right now is, instead of just going straight, frying the akara, the bean, that is the bean cake, we start with the plantain. Okay, is that okay? Now let's start with the plantain, which I've already peeled and sliced into portion as the dimension I like it. So I'll start putting it on the pan. The pan is hot now. There's oil. You just set and spread it out on the pot nicely. People actually fry this akara in the Nigerians generally, home and abroad, fry it in different ways. There's some that they like a lot of oil in the pan. This is a flat pancake pan, so it's not a normal pan. It's a pancake pan I'm using because I don't use much oil. So I use this to fry also. So in this way, you use less oil. Some, they have so much oil in it to fry. Basically they throw it into the oil. I don't do that because that is also will boost cholesterol. Right now, I mixed olive oil and sunflower oil together, and that's what I'm using, because olive oil always is better to add it on something, not actually cooking or using it to fry, because what it does is that it actually destroys all the elements. So, but in this case, I just have it, a little bit mixture of the two. So what we do now is that we allow it, while we have it on the pan, we allow it to get brown a little bit while I prepare the bean flour at the side. We leave this on the fire to fry a little bit. When it gets a little bit dark, we know it's ready. Okay, right now it's not ready. You can just flip it, not flipping it over, just mix it a little bit. Let me look at the under a little bit if it's okay, if it's ready or not. So it's not ready, so I'll just place it a little bit in the middle. They are all together. They can also, give more heat to each other while the heat is from below and also to each other. Since I'm using a pancake pan, which is just flat, the pancake pan is just flat, okay? So it's getting ready, now I just flip it over, I flip it over off camera basically because I need both hands to hold the pan. So basically, the plantain is ready right now. So now let's start. I place some oil on the pan. Let's start scooping the mixed bean flour and scooping it on the pan. It's ready. It's already prepared. So just scooping it. The dimension actually depends on you. It does not have to be a specific dimension. It depends on, you can make it bigger than this, you can make it smaller than this. And I know people that actually deep fry it, but I don't like to deep fry my things. So all those are choices that depends on an individual. You can deep fry it, you can fry it like myself. I don't like much oil on my things. The dimension depends on you, but I believe the smaller it is, the more easily to handle, like, with your fork, a knife. You can cut it, with your fork and knife without any problem. And if you want to eat it with your hands, when it's small and, pretty small and nice, you can actually, pick it up with the hand and, eat it, with breakfast. And maybe you're like just snooping around in the kitchen and you need something to throw in your mouth. You can have the small ones in small portions like this. You can make it like this, and I'm doing it. You can actually make it concentrate and make it round or give it a dimension. All it depends on your own creativity. That depends on you. So when it becomes brown, you can flip it over, and after flipping it over, you can also press it just to know that the ones inside. But when it's smaller, it's actually easier to fry. So now this is ready. As this is ready right now, sorry about the whatever there. As this is ready now, this is the breakfast. You have the akara, the plantain, and the akamu, the ogi. So the ogi right now, I actually added powdered milk, and you can have, I eat brown sugar, not the white one, or honey. So that's the akara. The bean cake, the Nigerian bean cake. The bean cake consists of 22% of potassium, carbohydrate, 18%, 21% of potassium, 25% of iron, 3 to 5% of calcium. The regular beans intake reduces heart disease, diabetic, cancer, obesity, overweight, and it's also budget friendly. It's high in nutrients. So I actually recommend this breakfast, Nigerian breakfast, with bean cake, akara, plantain, and you have the ogi. Ogi, is the corn flour cereal, which contains about 65% of our daily fiber intake. So that's why you see Nigerians are very healthy people, very strong people, because we have a very balanced diet breakfast. Okay. So that's it, guys. We have the banana. Banana is the plantain, the Nigerian plantain, which contains carbohydrate, 58% of carbohydrate, 3% of fiber. Well, we have more fiber in the corn flour, so that's okay. We have the potassium and magnesium, 663 mg of potassium, 57 of magnesium. We have also vitamin C, A, and B6 in the plantain. Now, for the corn, we have the most valuable nutritional value of the corn is the fiber. We have about 65% of the DV fiber, daily value fiber, that we need. For the beans, we have potassium, 27% of potassium, 18% of carbohydrate, 21% of protein, 25% of iron, calcium 3 to 5%. You see, when you have this regular beans intake, it reduces disease such as heart disease, cancer, obesity, and overweight, diabetic, and also it's budget friendly. Please join and watch this video of this orangutan. There are different organizations that do go out of their way to take care of these really abandoned animals, and they're very vulnerable to greedy humans. They use them as pets and use them for economical purposes, like sell them and things like that. They go hunting for them and basically kill them, maltreat them. So there are organizations all over the world that take care of them, and I would encourage you to please encourage by donating in this organization. We have different types. We have the BOS in Australia. We have, the International Animal Prevention Organization. We have here in Europe also. We have in Asia. Just do your best. Any amount is okay. You can even just send €5. You can send even less than that. You can send more if you can afford more. Donate to this organization and help our animals. We live in a very dangerous time where we are all vulnerable, including our animals. Thank you very much, and God bless you.